Welcome to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Allison Bedell.
We are coming to you live from Exhausted Bedell Studio.
Everybody in the house.
He's all fucked up.
Yeah, man. What's happening, everybody? We're back. I'm Skip Bedell.
I'm Allison Bedell.
And welcome back to Hammer and Nails Podcast.
What's up, party people?
What's going on?
Today is
Tip Tuesday!
a Tip Tuesday.
It's Tip Tuesday already?
Yeah.
Wasn't it just like Tip Tuesday yesterday?
Well, it would have been if we would have recorded like we were supposed to, but
What do you mean it's Tuesday?
right now is Tuesday.
Right. That's the idea.
I mean, people who listen to it like later on don't even notice the difference, but there are some people who are like waiting for it to be released and they listen to it
at
like
midnight, Monday night at midnight.
Yeah, I'm like, I wake up in the morning and I already have messages in my Facebook
They're like,
Messenger.
Hey, what happened?
No, but I'm saying when people
What's
listen
going
to
on?
it right away, they'll comment on it or something. So people listen like as soon as it's released, which is really nice.
It used to be like the religious time, right? It was like, always exactly at midnight, every Monday night and Wednesday night.
Sometimes, life happens. We're just at a really, really busy time of the year, and we can't get everything done.
I'm really finding it's just not enough hours in the day.
No.
It's not.
So
I need to just stay awake 24 hours a day and just do stuff.
I would appreciate that if you did.
I bet you
Hurry
would.
the fuck up with my kitchen.
Wow, listen to you.
I mean, yes,
Just for that,
So before we go any further, I want to remind everybody about hammerandnailspodcast.com. That is where you can find our podcast, all the episode summaries, links to the products that we might talk about. There's also an Amazon banner on that page. Now, I know that like everybody shops on Amazon, and people are not using our banner, and I'm crying. I was crying.
Don't cry.
I cried the other night. Like, it was like tears in my eyes.
Don't cry.
I thought about all the people that, like, I know listen to the podcast, but that aren't using the banner, and I cried. I got, like, a little emotional.
You got like a little upset?
I did. I know. I understand. I forget everything. I think I told you I'm in an early stage dementia. So I understand when people forget to do things. But right now, if they were to hit pause on this episode, just go to our website and click on the banner or drag it up to your bookmarks bar. And that way, every time you shop at Amazon, it helps us out without you even realizing it. It just helps us out a little bit. And every little bit helps.
There you go.
Like everything we're doing here all the time we take. It's costing us moolah. So we appreciate that so much.
You guys are the best, though. We always get great feedback from everybody, with Facebook and Twitter and social media and all that stuff. And which, by the way, I don't think I've been on Twitter in like days.
You haven't.
No.
You've been really, 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 really busy.
Like crazy, stupid busy.
So let's just recap.
Oh, and let's not forget why I haven't been on any social media.
No, we haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, we can't talk about that yet?
Wait, no, let's go in chronological order.
Oh.
You love to blow my load. I swear to fucking God.
Really?
You
your
always
load?
do. Yes. You always do.
How is it your load?
It's
it
my
happened
load.
to me.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to talk about it, and you always try to beat me to the punch.
All right.
So you started tiling the kitchen floor.
Yeah.
Where we left off last week, we recorded on Thursday night. It was released on Friday. That morning, Friday morning, we drove to the Jersey Shore.
Down to the Jersey Shore. We hung out with Snooki and Paulie D.
And the rest of
not really.
Skip's cousins. And we had a really amazing weekend at his cousin's beach house, which is gigantic. So when you think beach house, don't think of like one of those little beach houses, like, where you bring another couple. This is a 3-story beach house with 20 bedrooms.
Yeah, it's a beautiful house.
Beautiful.
I think they just built it recently. It's really a great place. It's like a block from the beach and just a beautiful place. But, more than anything else, it's just awesome to see everybody, get together with, all the family and stuff.
Yeah,
and
you're really fortunate to have such an amazing family that they are all awesome. All the cousins are awesome. All of their spouses are awesome.
All my cousins.
All the kids, when I say kids, I mean like 15 through 19. They're all good.
Everybody's got kids. And
Yeah,
they're all
not
like
a dick in the bunch.
Teenager, teenager age.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But all like nice kids though.
Yeah.
Like usually teenagers can be like dicks.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like they're right. There's just not a dick
They're
in
all
the bunch.
sweet and nice. And, yeah, so that was
Everybody's nice, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so
Love
that was
hanging
awesome.
out with them.
So we ate enough to last us for the rest of the week.
You
while
know,
we were there.
every time we get together with them, it's like, oh God, the food is so good, and there's so much of it that you really can't
help
stop
it.
eating. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much like, just a food fest, like a marathon
Yeah.
of eating.
We
for,
brought
for
some
days.
food because it's one of those things. Like last year, was the first time we went to this family reunion, and we didn't know what to expect. It's a long story why we didn't know what to expect, but it was our first time, and there was a lot of food, a lot. So this time around, we decided to stop at the grocery store, and not just any grocery store. We stopped at Uncle Giuseppe's, which is like
We brought a bunch of food
specialty
with us
Italian.
last year too. We brought I think fruit salads and desserts, and I brought a couple bottles of
I think we
wine.
brought a
and,
cake, but
cake and stuff. But
we didn't bring as much as we
this
did.
is like they're bringing in like coolers full of like filet mignons.
Yeah.
and they had something like
and shrimp,
like
there was
giant
oh my god,
pieces of like meat that they just carved up and
Yeah.
and just like buckets of food and shrimp and
Yeah.
like it was just the food was ridiculous.
Yeah, so we brought food with us because that's, I suppose, the polite thing to do.
Well, I mean, you're going to be eating, so right.
Don't touch that wire. Oh, there he goes again. If it's not a credit card or a pen or pulling the strings out of my placemats on the table, he's tugging on the microphone wire.
I'm going to touch something.
Don't fucking touch
Hold on.
it.
I'm going to take this rubber
Now
band.
he's got a
and
thick rubber band.
Snap you right in the boob with it.
Don't even pull on it, because if you accidentally release it, I'm going to get pissed.
That would be
out.
awesome. Just like,
Put it down. Stop it.
oh, well, you have a very serious face.
Because I know you're going to accidentally let that thing loose, and it's going to hit me in the tit.
You ever? That's where I'm aiming. You ever put it like around your finger like this?
No.
Like, make like the rubber band gun.
Stop it. If it's an old dry rubber band, it's going to snap. You're an ass.
See, but I didn't shoot you in the boob though. I pointed it away.
Now the dog's going to go find it and eat it and have a rubber band hanging out of his ass, connecting all the
rubber
pieces.
band, man, rubber band. Remember, like, you ever see a dog eats like a piece of string?
We already had that conversation about Milo's poop, and it was connected by a hair, and he couldn't escape it. He was running away from it.
It was like chasing him around the yard.
I had to
He
pull on
thought
the
somebody
hair.
was chasing him.
Yeah, we had to pull on the poop and get the hair out of his
He was running around like a maniac trying to get away from it. So funny.
I had
Yeah,
that
the
with a
cats
cat.
like to eat rubber bands, though,
I had
right?
it with the stuff. What's that stuff? That ribbon that you pull and makes it curly.
Oh yeah, like the
I-
gift ribbon.
Yeah, I had a cat that ate some of that. Had a big purple piece of ribbon hanging out of his ass. You
How
have to
much
be
did he
really,
eat?
I don't know, but I didn't know any better. But you really shouldn't pull on it too much because it could be still wrapped up inside of their intestines. Yeah, if it's a long piece and you don't realize it. So if you pull like maybe a half an inch, I think at the most is safe. But I wouldn't do anything else.
Whoa!
How did I get on that
You
topic?
pull something out. Pull like an organ out of there.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It could really hurt them.
Ah.
You know what? I think we should eat ribbon and like a long, long piece and see what happens when it comes out.
Yeah, I would love to see. You should try that out,
And then tug on
You
it.
eat it, and then I'll check the other end and watch when it comes out.
You can tug on it.
Yeah, you eat it, and I'll tug on it.
Asshole.
I'll be like, "Damn, how much of this did you eat?"
Oh my god.
Be like the clown pulling like scarves out of his mouth.
Well, you know that's how people do with the drug balloons,
There's
like
like
with
50
condoms.
scarves coming out.
Yeah, people that ingest the drugs inside the condoms, and they go on.
He's got the ball
He's got a huge tennis ball.
hooked on his
Oh, okay, there we go.
his nails.
He's
like
a cat
real-
playing
his
with a tennis
claws are
ball.
super long.
Yeah.
I picked him up before, and like he kind of like puts his claws on you a little bit, and like
Hurts.
yeah, he like it was like a tiger digging in like giant claws into me. I'm like, oh god.
I feel like just as soon as I get done cutting them, they need to be cut again. Like all of them need to be cut at some
Well,
point.
that's because it's pretty much like a zoo here. So yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
revolving door of just like animal care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of revolving door of animal care, I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit and then go backwards again. When we got home, so now my dad was taking care of feeding the dogs and the cats while we were away for Friday night, all Saturdays, morning and night,
Yeah.
and then Sunday morning.
That's awesome. He's always doing that.
Yeah,
for us.
that was really nice of him. Apparently, well, I had picked up some food on my way home from work on Friday or Thursday, and it was a different food than I usually give them because I couldn't get to the store that had the food that I get. So, when you change a pet's diet, sometimes it gives them a case of the shits.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would because I picked up a really good quality food, but apparently a couple of cats, I don't know. My dad was saying, there's a couple of somebody's shitting on the concrete floor, like where you didn't do the tile yet.
Like that's just not right. Like I'm in there working, trying to get this place tiled up, and they come in there and take a dump on.
So now what happens is usually like when I come home from work and I smell a pile of shit and I'm looking around for it like frantically to get it before Skip sees it, but then it turns out it's just his fart. Well, this time it was really piles of shit, and I was trying to get to them before you got further into the house.
They usually don't go in the house. So
they usually do
not.
No,
they're usually really good.
Right. So there was a solid pile in front of the side door, the kitchen door, and then there was like a mushy pile near the new bathroom door. 2 piles, right? So then I pick those up, and then I get into our bathroom, and there's an even mushier pile on the floor in our bathroom, not on the pad, but next to it.
So you know what that's about too, though. It's like that whole.
They're
spite,
like, "Fuck you!"
Yeah, that whole spite thing.
Yep.
Like sometimes when we travel, like they're like, "Oh yeah,
mm-hmm.
Watch
That's exactly
this."
what they did.
And then you come home and like the place is trash.
Yeah,
there was like a dog and cat party here.
That's what they did.
Yeah,
they shit all over, and it was the cats. Those spiteful motherfuckers.
House party.
Because I could tell the cat shit's much wider than our dog shit.
What?
Yeah, it was the cats.
Wider?
It's wider and much longer because
I was
they're
always
so much
wondering,
bigger.
how can you tell the difference?
Well, first of all, because our cats are at least between 8 and 12 pounds, the 3 of them, and our dogs are like 4 pounds. I think Harley's like maybe 5, and the other ones are like 3.
I can't believe I have dogs that are 4 pounds.
So yeah, so the size of their shits are just naturally different. Yeah, you're a big puss.
What happened to my big dogs?
Yeah, so I came home to piles of shit. That was fun. So we were in the pool over the weekend, which was really awesome. And I was talking to your cousin. No, I was doing a little research, by the way, on cousins. When you have a cousin who has a kid, that is a first cousin once removed. I don't know what the fuck that expression is supposed to mean, but it's not a second cousin.
What's the once removed about?
I don't know.
Yeah, I never got any of that.
I don't either, but they're not considered a second cousin.
I'm just like, what's up, cuz?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know exactly like what the breakdown is.
I don't either, but it's a little
complicated.
It's complicated because like my mom has cousins who I'm close with, but they're my cousins, but they're not my first cousins.
Yeah.
So I was doing a little research because that was something that just crossed my mind that was completely irrelevant. So we were in the pool, and your first cousin once removed, Danielle, says to me, "How do you stay so fit?"
Oh, yeah, I heard her say that.
Yeah, and I was like, first I wanted to say, "Are you blind?"
And then, of course, I jumped in. Well, it's not any exercise, I can tell you that.
And that's what I said to her. I was like, what?
Well, you are pretty fit. I mean, considering that,
I guess for my age and considering that I don't do any exercise, it could be a lot fucking worse.
It could be probably better, too, if you were to exercise.
Fuck
but
you.
You don't exercise at all. So the fact that like you look the way you do without any exercising, could you imagine what you look like if you did, even like a little bit?
I know what I'd look like if I exercised because that's what I looked like when we first got together. I was going to the gym all the time.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
What happened? You stopped?
Yeah.
You don't like it anymore?
We both stopped.
Yeah, but then I started again. I just stopped for a little while.
Okay. Well, I have other things to do.
Okay.
So I was talking to her about that and what I did to lose weight. When I did lose a good amount of weight, like last year, I was about 16 pounds less than I am right now. When we went to the Guys' Choice Awards last year, 16 pounds.
16? Yes. Wow.
16. So when I went to the doctor yesterday and I get on the scale, when the girl who does all that stuff before the doctor comes in, and I stand on the scale, and I said to her, I look up and I say, "Don't tell me, I don't want to know. She's like, okay. So she writes it down because I don't want to know.
What is the point of getting on the scale then?
Well, so they
Like
documented
I weigh
in the
myself
chart.
every day. Don't you want to know? Like
When I'm doing well and losing weight, I want to be able to chart my progress. But if I just know that I'm not at a weight even close to what I want to be, I don't want to look at it and just be depressed. I want to get a good kickstart, and then I'll start monitoring. Okay. So no sooner than like 5 minutes later, the doctor comes into the office, and we start talking, and she's like, oh, and so you're a blah, 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 blah pounds. And she fucking says it out loud. Like, I said I didn't want to know, and then she's like, oh, so you're this many. Says it out loud. So now I know. So then I was forced this morning to get on the scale after I got up because obviously you weigh less in the morning, you take your clothes off, all that business. So I was 5 pounds less this morning than I was when I got on the scale with my clothes on at the doctor's yesterday.
Okay, well, I'm going to stop you right there because when we got home from Jersey, well, I will say that, I weigh myself every day. So when we left for Jersey, I think the morning that we left, I was like 229, which is, pretty average for me. 225 to 230 is pretty average for me. When I got home from New Jersey, the following morning, I stepped on the scale. I was 240. So 11 pounds in one weekend.
Wow.
But that was, what's today? Tuesday? Yeah. That was yesterday morning.
Uh-huh.
And then I got on the scale again at the end of the day.
Today?
Yesterday. From the morning at 240, the end of the day getting out of the shower.
Okay, so just give me an idea of what size shit you took before
230.
You took a 10-pound shit.
Nope. I just worked my ass off all day and didn't eat very much and probably
But it had to come out. You came out as a shit.
Actually, you know what? That's not true. Yes, I did. Actually, yeah, that's right. What am I talking about? Yesterday was like a marathon. Like every hour I was basically...
I don't think I've even gone.
Every hour a monster movement.
My ass gets stage fright when we go someplace else.
Really?
It's my ass, not me. I'm happy to go. I bring the poopery. I got my wipes. I'm ready. But I don't get the urge. And then that lasted into yesterday, too.
Oh, well, I mean,
if
I hadn't gone over the weekend and eating all that food, I'd probably be like 250.
I am backed up.
Wow.
Oh, I am full of shit.
So, yes, you're completely full of shit. Yeah, so, yes, that's right. Yeah, all right, so I worked like a maniac yesterday. I probably sweated out 5 or 8 of those 10 pounds. But, yeah, that's right. From the time I got up until the end of the day, I can't even tell you how many times. There was some mega movements yesterday.
Wow.
Like a lot. Like maybe 5-6 times.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just that's just the whole weekend of like epic eating sessions. There was actually one point to when I realized that I was so full that if I ate another mouthful of food, the equivalent amount of something would have to come out.
Your ass.
It would have to, because there's no room for movement. Like whatever comes in, at least that much has to go out.
Okay.
It was like a conveyor belt.
Did you blow up their bathroom?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm not shy.
I forgot. Some of them hadn't heard of poopery, and I wanted to mail them a bottle of the ones who had never even heard of it. There needs to be one, especially in a circumstance like this, when you have people staying at your house, like multiples.
Right.
Everybody needs to know about it, and everybody needs to use it.
I was kind of fascinated when you guys were all playing that card game and stuff, and we were talking about it. And I was like, "Oh yeah, it works." And everyone's like, "Oh, it works." And they think it's like you spray the air like an air freshener. I'm like, no, spray it on the water before.
Some people have done that. They take it and they spray the air
before you go. Yeah. Well, I do that sometimes when I forget to before, and then I do that just.
You spray the air?
Well,
you waste it like that?
Well, no, I actually spray it in the toilet like you're supposed to.
Sometimes I do that before I even leave a bathroom that I've just used, like at work. I will squirt the water just to even enhance the nice lemony scent that's already in the bathroom. Just
so the next person that comes in can enjoy the fragrance.
So they can enjoy the fragrance, and their shit won't stink up the bathroom either. It's just
you're so funny with that stuff.
Just a few squirts.
The spray.
But yeah, there was at some point I wanted to take a shower, and Kyle says to me, we both came in the house at the same time, and there's the bathroom downstairs, and then there's the one that we were using way upstairs. Yeah. And he says to me, "Oh, did you need to use the bathroom?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay, you can go right here." He goes, "I'll use the one upstairs."
Yeah, we were up on the third floor.
And then I thought to myself, "Fuck," because that's where I was going to take a shower. I'm like, I knew he was blowing out the bathroom up there.
Oh, yeah, he kills it.
Because by the time I got done downstairs, I went upstairs and he was still in there. Like, fuck, I can't shower in there now. So then I had to go on the second
You see
floor
the
and
size
use
of
that
him?
shower.
I mean, he's like huge,
Yeah.
that kid. He's like 17, I think, or going on 18. Is he 18 yet? And he's like already like, he's like weighs as much as I do.
Yeah, well, I'm
That's a
surprised
big
they didn't
boy.
clog their toilet with a body that size. So I had to
But
take a
he
shower.
eats like me, though, too. Like, everybody eats. Like there was a lot of eating going on there.
Yeah, a lot of farting.
Unbelievable food, though. What like an awesome
You farted with your cousins a lot.
Well, that's like seems to kind of be like
Stop touching that.
a thing that goes on over there.
Get your hand off the wire.
It's like
get it off the wire.
Everybody, I'm not touching the wire, so
don't go
shut
near
your
it. You're
pie
moving
hole.
it.
Quit flapping your lip because I'm not touching the wire.
You're gonna make static.
Quit flapping it.
So anyway, so there was a lot of disgusting farts going on. It was like no holds barred. Everybody was just letting loose. Some things sounded really wet, like somebody might have shit their pants.
That's Matt.
Oh, it was bad.
Cousin Matt's just like, I mean,
it doesn't sound like normal farts.
Well, I don't know what he's got going on, man, but there's like an unlimited supply, like an endless supply. I thought I was bad.
It was just really grotesque. We were in the.
But what's funny about it though is like everybody just kind of like laughs it off. It's like there's no one's shy there.
I smelled a couple of farts this past weekend, and
See, I didn't
was not
smell
happy
any though.
about
I gotta
it.
say, I didn't smell any.
And the one that you let off, like right as we were getting into the car to leave, was like it was straight from your asshole to my lungs.
I was saving
so
it up
pissed.
for like an hour.
I hate that. And because you saved it up just to avoid everybody knowing that you had a fart, I announced it immediately to everybody.
It wasn't that. You missed the whole point. I was saving it for the car when it got in with
No,
you.
you weren't.
Absolutely.
You just are a stinky fuck. You always have one loaded at all times.
One on cue.
No.
Yep, queued
So
up.
we were in the pool a very long time. I haven't been in a pool really, with the exception of that one time with Milo, and he swam again. He swam.
Milo did good.
He did very good. He did very, very, very good.
Little baby paws like flapping up and down.
Yeah.
You know what's really cool? Like when you put them in the water, they just automatically swim. Like they just know to swim.
Yeah, and he didn't look like he was in distress or anything. Like when we put Harley in the little pool, and
she
she
freaked
had a
out.
look on her face like, "Wah!"
Yeah, she freaked.
Yeah, you could see it on her face, like her eyebrows made
She's
an
happy
expression.
when I take her in the hot tub though with me.
You've
then she
taken her
looks
in
happy.
there?
Yeah, we have. You've got pictures of it.
Oh, well, that was a. Yeah,
She doesn't seem to
a while
mind that
ago.
as much.
But you don't
She
submerge her.
doesn't like. No, I never
No, you
submerge
hold her above it.
Come
Yeah.
on, look at we dunk her into the water.
We were in the pool for so long at one point that not only were my fingers raisins, but I had a raisin vagina.
Oh, it was like all crinkled up. Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
I know.
Just like the thought of what that looks like. Ah. Like you get crinkly fingers,
I had
you
old
had like
lady vagina.
oh no. La 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 la. Oh, I need to get that out of my head.
Oh my god.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Really?
Speaking.
You looked at it?
No, but like I could tell because I was so waterlogged that I was like leaving my hands out of the water at some point, and I was like, oh my god, my whole body's been in here for so long. I know it's got to be disgusting.
That's really funny.
Speaking of which, I know we talked about it the last time, but I had mentioned Orlando Bloom, who was with Katy Perry on a vacation, and they were what?
Somebody's phone is buzzing.
Was it my phone? Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear it. We are taking live calls tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We are?
Yeah. Oh. So I looked for the picture because the pictures of him were pixelized.
Yeah, they
And
also have
so-
like that black bar that
Yeah,
they put
so
like
I
vertically,
wanted-
like it's supposed to be like hanging, covering his junk, which is like down to his knees. So I'm like, all right, so is there really that much junk behind the black bar?
So Howard Stern was talking about it, and he was talking about how big it is. So big, so big. Oh my god! Like, because he was saying that the bar was so big. So he was looking for the picture. He couldn't find it, but everybody's talking about it. It's so big. So I'm like, I have to see what the fuck does everybody consider to be so big. And I saw this thing. I found a picture that was not pixelized, and I thought it was a very unattractive penis.
Oh no!
It looked to me like it was long and skinny with a very like pronounced head, and it looked skinny. Like I don't think it looked good at all. It didn't look like a good piece of meat. I don't know. I wasn't.
All right,
digging it.
1 to 10.
3.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
Wow.
care. And it wasn't that particularly
No,
that big.
I was talking about inches. Not rating.
Well,
That's funny.
yeah.
Wow, a 3, huh?
Yeah, I wasn't thrilled. So it wasn't that big. It was flaccid, but it was longer because it was flaccid. Hey, we have a call coming in.
Really?
Yeah, you want to take a call?
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's take it.
Hello.
Hey, Allison, how are you?
Hi, Ken.
Who's that?
Oh, my gosh.
Ken.
Ken Renucci.
Ken Renucci.
Ken Renucci. Oh, my God, dude.
I know. From, you're going to wait, Skip, you're not going to believe it. Brother's house on Long Island, on an Oceanside. I saw your post, and I got a question for you.
Yeah,
And
shoot.
If it's okay if it's on the commercial side?
Of course.
Okay. You know I own creative nightclubs, and we build and design nightclubs all over the world.
Right.
Locally, and small, big, whatever. We're doing a $4 million restoration, not restoration, new build in Savannah, Georgia. And this is going to be our biggest liquid floor ever. You know I make a liquid surface.
Yeah, that's. I've seen pictures of it. It looks awesome.
Thank you, yes. And we are making the largest liquid floor I've ever built. And that's why I'm a little nervous. 16 foot by 24 foot subfloor. They actually poured the concrete, and I have 2 inches from the surface down into the ground that I am going to be creating my liquid floor from. And what I'm running into, and here's my question for Skip. I got raw cement, okay? I'm going to start out by coating it with Kills so that it's not porous anymore.
Right.
And
Right.
And in a perfect world, you'd be able to drill through the lucite with a mason bit into the cement, then put your tap cons in, of course, with the bit that countersink bit, so that the screws line up flush, right?
Right.
I don't want to see screw heads anywhere. It could be seen under the liquid floor as little round dots
Right.
all over the place.
Right.
Screw head. So I'm thinking Gorilla Glue. I've been racking my brains.
Right.
And
Without
I'm trying to
screws.
think, yeah, if I could do it without screws, and there was an adhesive that you could recommend that would hold lucite to a Kills painted cement that you were sure would hold lucite for years and years and years, with people jumping up and down on it. It's going to be in an Indian restaurant with lots of parties and people jumping up and down on it for years to come.
Oh, well, the Indian restaurant just threw my whole answer off because, I mean, now it's like I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's it. You know, they got curry flying around in there. They got all kinds of other things that just really could totally mess up the adhesion.
Major parties. There's going to be a lot of weight on the floor. It's going to be crazy.
Okay. So the Kills, you're going to use a latex-based Kills, and that's basically
latex-based Kills,
yeah.
so that I have a nice, smooth surface to accept some sort of adhesive.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to get them anchored down to that concrete.
Yes.
And I think that I think with a little bit of research, though, Ken, we can definitely find an adhesive. You know, 3M makes some amazing adhesives that stick to just about anything. The other thing is you are going to be putting on that Kills product that's going to seal up the concrete, and that's white, right?
Right.
So
it's got to be white to reflect the lights.
Yeah, you're going to want to use something that's clear or white in the glue as well. So that's also going to play an important role because that's going to show through the lucite, whatever it is you put on that. I was going to suggest to you that you get on the horn with some of the folks over at 3M. They have some really good technical support people, and tell them exactly what it is. They can check out what the formulation is on the Kills and recommend a product that will actually, kind of weld itself, kind of like a PVC glue does with a primer. They actually weld to each other. Okay,
well, I will do that. That's a great idea.
That would be my recommendation. It's going to be critical that the right product is used that's going to bond to the Kills. And again, I think you want to get something that's going to create like that weld, similar to when you glue together PVC fittings. There's
Right.
there's
Right.
different, and you might even need to use a primer, depending upon what kind of glue you use. But I think that that might be your best bet. There are so many different kinds of adhesives. If I were in your position, I would definitely get a hold of the tech support people at 3M and tell them exactly what you're doing, and I would guarantee they're going to come up with something that's special for you.
Well, that was the tip that I needed, and oh my God, thank you so much. And
Well, thank you for calling, Ken. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
continued success with all your endeavors. You guys look great.
Thank
Thanks
you.
again.
Hey, private message me sometime so we can continue the conversation. I'd love to catch up with you when you get a chance.
Okay, same here. Okay, take care.
Okay, buddy.
bye-bye.
Take care. Good talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Woo!
Yeah, that is a friend that actually grew up in my neighborhood, lived on the waterway where we had our marina. His dad was one of our customers in the marina.
Moving on. Something annoyed me today that I wanted to make sure that I told our listeners about, because apparently people on Facebook, maybe they're not seeing it because of all those things that they do to decide who gets to see what, but I had mentioned this before about making your own sale by purchasing gift cards at a discount.
Yes, I love that idea.
I love it, too.
making my own sale.
Yes. And as you know, there's pretty much never coupons. Shut up! There's pretty much never coupons for Home Depot. And I saw in my email an advertisement for an additional 5% off of Home Depot gift cards. They're like gift cards or store credit that people sell to get some money back if they don't plan on ever using it in the future. So I clicked on the link, and there was already, I think, 5-point-something discount on these Home Depot gift cards. With my coupon code from my email, I got an extra 5%, which means I got 10% off of whichever gift card amount I chose to purchase. So I purchased a $400 gift card for Home Depot, and I paid $360. Okay?
Wow.
That's 10% off.
That's great.
That's great. Now, unless
So you created your own sale.
I created my own sale. So then I went and posted it on Facebook with a link to the website, telling people, like, I use this all the time. It's legit. It's like a real thing.
They're gift cards, basically, right?
Yeah,
That you
like-
can purchase at a discount.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
and for example, like if somebody gives you a gift card for a store that you will never go to, and this thing's gonna burn a hole in your wallet, you would sell. Say you got a $100 gift card, you can sell it to this website. They'll offer you something like, I don't know, like $85. You take that, and then they turn around and they sell it for hopefully $95. And then that's how they make their profit. But it's totally legit. They're real. I've purchased them. I use them at Marshalls and TJ Maxx and Home Goods, American Eagle. I've done it many times on this website. I've established it's safe. So I put a link on Facebook with a direct link to this website, letting people know that you can get $5 off your first gift card that you purchase by going through the link that I put on Facebook.
Right.
I think I got maybe like 2 likes, and like nobody's commenting on it. Like, people, why don't you want to get a discount for like of your own choice? Like, why wouldn't you click on this thing and get $5 off any gift card you purchase?
So there's more. Obviously, there's many different. There's tons of different
If
stores.
you can think of a gift card for a place, I mean, they have everything. I bought
restaurants,
it, everything,
all
yes.
kinds of stuff. Everything.
Sephora, I bought from the place where I get the makeup. I bought gift cards at a very discounted rate. I have gotten my Marshalls and TJ Maxx. I've gotten a 21% discount. So a $100 gift card would cost me like $80.
Wow.
Like, why wouldn't you do this? So I can't
Actually,
believe.
79, but yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So I put the link on my Facebook. If you use my link, you'll get $5 off of your first gift card that you purchase, no matter
that's cool.
how much your gift card purchase is. Yeah, like, why wouldn't you do it? It annoys me when people, they probably see me talking about something like, she's just trying to, get money or whatever. It's a good deal. Why the fuck wouldn't you?
It's a good deal.
You shouldn't know from it.
What a deal. What a bargain.
So I'm just annoyed that the thing that people always click like
What's
on.
the deal with those gift cards?
Okay, Jerry. Yeah, I'm just annoyed that they don't click on these things. So I'm going to get to some questions for Tip Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tip Tuesday. Give me some questions, man.
Okay. Paige, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. I think it's Weshi. Remember we met her when out in oh God, what the fuck was the name of that place out east? Wherever she was the waitress there, she was friends with Frankie DeVito.
Course. Yep.
Okay. So she says, "Hey guys, listening to you talk about tile, I was wondering, how do you guys feel about peel and stick tile? Our contractor never included the price of the kitchen or flooring in the loan, but he said that he would tile for free if we get peel and stick. We are going to eventually change it out, but I wanted to hear your opinion on it." Now, first of all, my first response to her was, contractor? Like, why is your contractor not Skip?
Well, yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Come on now.
Yeah.
I just happen to be in New York, and it's a
And in the same county.
Whoa.
So I was like, and then she's like, yeah, I'm not even sure if he's licensed. I'm like, well, you get what you pay for. And in this case, you're paying for somebody who's a hack with, with no insurance.
She's going to wind up on our show.
And I said, it's going to cost you more to fix what he fucks up than it would have been if it just would have went the right way.
Are we talking about ceramic tiles? Or we're talking about...
No, she said the price of kitchen or flooring in the loan.
Okay, because there's like linoleum tiles is different, which you can definitely get in the peel and stick variety.
For the floor?
Yes.
Okay.
Like a glue down, like the squares, the 12 by 12s, and the sheets, of course, a large roll, which you wouldn't be able to peel and stick that. But they do make kind of like a homeowner grade peel and stick, like linoleum.
Ew.
Yes, floor tiles.
Cheesy.
I can't imagine that she's talking about like a ceramic or porcelain tile. However, they do make peel and stick backsplash tiles,
which is awesome.
which are great. I would not recommend anything like that for any floor application, especially if it's a stone-like or ceramic or even a porcelain product, because it's important that you have a proper base on that, the proper type of thin set, the proper type of everything in order to get, because obviously there's traffic on it, there's weight on it. I wouldn't trust anything like that. The linoleum, of course, is flexible, but any sort of stone or tile type of product, not for the floor. So I think that's what she's talking about, floor, right?
No, she didn't say specifically.
First of all, I'm finding it odd that the contractor said, yeah, I'll do the tile and won't charge you if you get, like, he recommended the peel and stick. I don't know too many contractors that use peel and stick stuff. That's typically like for like homeowner, like do it yourself over the weekend project. They don't have a tile saw and tools and, the know-how to do everything else. So, yeah.
And plus, we're eventually going to change it out. You don't put something in new with the plan on changing it in the future.
So then if that's the case, like the peel and stick, like linoleum type of tiles that just, if we're talking about like a high traffic area or maybe, in a laundry room or something like that, and you're only going to keep it for a short period of time, that might be an inexpensive, cheap, very fast installation way just to get a floor down and for a couple months or however long you want to leave it. That, I suppose could be a good option. But if it's anything that you're going to leave for any period of time and expect to have any sort of durability...
We've spoken about the backsplash stick-on tiles before, which you've already given high praise to.
Yeah, I actually did a whole segment on stuff like that on Fox and Friends on one of my morning shows.
And they are made
DIY
to
segments.
stick and stay, and they do.
Yeah, and they're also not getting any sort of traction or any sort of weight put on them. They're basically a wall tile that is on a backsplash, which pretty much is like the part of the wall that gets the least amount of use anywhere. So nothing's getting banged into it and things like that.
Right.
I need a little more information to give her a proper answer. But she can private message me, and I will be happy to go further if you give me a little more details of where it is you're installing it and a little more details about the product.
Yeah,
so.
I have to say I'm a little annoyed.
A little annoyed? What, that she didn't call me for the job?
Yes!
I don't want to install peel and stick tiles, so.
No, I'm saying for the job to begin with.
Yeah.
It was a friend. It was like a family friend or something. It was one of those cases.
Okay, well, that's cool.
No, it's not.
Family friends.
Because then you end up with, you get what you pay for.
Exactly.
That's what you end up
we had
with.
a lot of family friends on Catch Contractor.
And that's a good way to ruin a friendship as well.
It was like the neighbor, like the guy came by, and like said, yeah, I can do it over the weekend.
Same thing with Myron Barker. He was the neighbor down the street, and they knew that he did stuff, construction stuff, whatever, and they gave him money to do the whole kitchen.
Right.
Because he was the neighbor down the street,
Yeah.
They were friendly. Now look what happened. So I'm just saying.
Paige, give me a call.
Yeah. Len Riojas. He has a question for Skip. Skip and I are about the same age, and as we all know, Alice...
Whoa, hold on a second. Hang on now. What, you're assuming that...
Let me
How
finish.
old are you, Len?
finish. And as we all know, Allison is in her mid-20s. I'm wondering if Skip takes any kind of vitamins or supplements. Also, how he feels about workout supplements like androstenedione. I don't know what the fuck he wrote. Or if he's ever experimented with anabolics. Love you guys. Hashtag male pattern baldness. I don't know what that means.
Okay. Can't help you with the male pattern baldness because thank God I still got a full rug up here. All right. I do take lots of supplements. I take a lot of amino acids, different types of aminos, and branched and non-branched. There's a ton of them that work great, and when you combine them along with your diet, basically it's like adding a lot of extra protein to your diet. It's all the things that are important to help you store that protein and fuel your muscles. And, of course, a lot of protein powders. I can get into, maybe we can put some links on some of the different products that I use.
And they were all, well, not all, but many were recommended to you by your very expensive trainer that you hired in Venice Beach, who trained you at Gold's Gym.
Yes.
So you'd be actually getting, like, right from the professional suggestion.
Yeah, I'll put a couple links to some of the products that
Yeah.
we put on the page. I use like some iso proteins that are hydrolyzed, which basically they're much finer powder. They get into your system a lot quicker and they break down a lot faster in your body. I'll put some links on there of stuff that I use. But yeah, absolutely. Supplements are, as long as they're used properly and you don't like overdo it, because like anything else, everything that goes into your body has got to be filtered out by your kidneys and your liver. And so when you're putting in too much of anything, it's not going to.
We're getting a call.
All right, Len, we'll get right back to you.
Hello?
Hey,
Who is that?
Guess who it is?
Is that Jennifer?
it's Jen Savity.
Oh my God.
She's our Canadian friend.
What's going on, Canadian friend? Hey.
We've got Catch a Contractor episodes on tomorrow.
Oh, God.
You guys got the marathon
lucky
going up
bastards
there?
Getting the marathons with Spike is too scared shitless to air any down here in the States. Can't stand
No
it.
kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are getting all the marathons up
I
there.
know. The whole world is getting the marathon.
Actually, they really are.
Literally.
It's like many different parts of the world right now are seeing season 1 and season 2 for the first time, going into season 3, like because they just got syndicated all over the place. So, but yeah, we haven't seen any regular airings here in quite a while.
There hasn't
so-
been a repeat aired since the original episodes aired.
Yeah,
Literally.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, you see, they air them in Canada because we can't get all of the same programming that you can, so they use them to fill in everything.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
It's the universal filler.
Yeah.
And they
that's
got good
awesome.
ratings on it, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, my God. Hey, so do you have a question for Tip Tuesday?
I do. So we are converting one of our extra bedrooms into a dance room for
I
my daughter.
saw that.
And-
Yeah, you were talking about it on Facebook.
Yeah. We need to hang these mirrors in the dance room for the girls. And there's 3 of the mirrors. They're each 28 inches by 72. And the window guy told me to glue them to the wall. And
Yeah.
I don't want to glue them to the wall.
Well, that's probably one of the what are the sizes again?
28 by 72.
28
and
by
there's
se-
3 of them that we want to put side by side.
Are they
Right.
flat kind
So-
of mirrors?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's,
Yeah, they're
those are
completely
pretty
flat.
big mirrors. They're pretty
Yeah.
heavy. So most glass and mirror guys will, especially like in commercial applications like salons and things like that, they will glue them to the wall because that's pretty much the safest way to keep that thing on the wall. What you can do if you don't want to use the glue, I did this in my last house where I had a big gym that I built in part of the house. And I had really big mirrors. I had they were almost 8 feet high by 4 feet wide, and I had a number of them butted up together. Basically, the whole wall was mirrored, and it was a lot of weight. They were very heavy. So what I did was I put a ledger on the wall. I used a piece of, I think it was 1x2 that I used, wood. That I painted and made it look like something on the wall, and I leveled that and screwed it into each stud all the way along the wall, the length of where the mirrors are going to go. And now the mirrors sit on top of that. They basically, that's holding the weight, right? So all of the weight now is resting on that. So really, all you need to do is keep that from falling forward, out into the room. So that could be done either with mastic, which is used for mirrors, which is a type of glue that they use for mirrors, and that would not show any.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see any more hardware. As it is, you're going to have this cleat on the bottom of the wall, or you can use the mirror clips.
Right.
That are clear, and also nail them or screw them with, they come with either very small screws or nails. Put them into the studs as well, and you want to make sure they're anchored into the studs.
Those kind of mirrors are typically glued onto a wall.
Yeah.
Because I had the same thing done. I had converted in my last house, my garage into a gym. And I had the walls.
Yeah, that's what I was
with,
just talking about. You missed everything that I just said because you walked out. So, but that is that's going to definitely hold the weight. And
Okay.
yeah, so you can also use those clips on the bottom too, but they'll be a little less visible as opposed to the cleat that I'm telling you to put on the wall. But then you have to worry about the actual strength when you use that solid piece all the way across the bottom. It's a continuous bridge that spreads the weight all the way across, not just on the points where the clips are. So I would use that on the bottom side where really all the weight is resting on, and then the top, is something very simple. It just kind of keeps it held to the wall.
Okay.
Good question. Thank you so much for calling in, Jen.
You're welcome. Thanks for taking my call.
What's going on up there in the summertime? What's happening in Canada?
What's happening? Not much.
Is it hot?
It's raining and gray.
It's raining?
Not really. It's like in Canadian today was 20 degrees, so not too bad.
What?
But it's usually fairly warm. 20 degrees Canadian up here.
Does that mean Celsius?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so how does that translate into Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
I'd have to Google that. I don't know.
Oh God, I forgot.
Is that? I don't have a thermometer in front of me. Is that a hot day or is it a mild day?
It's like a mild day. If we were in California, that would feel cool.
Aha.
Okay, so probably like around 70 or so.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you sticking with us, Jen.
Oh, no problem. We're always there for you guys.
Awesome.
Hey,
Thanks.
you'll be excited to hear about the next show coming up.
Yeah.
Can't give you too much details, but we're working on something really cool. So we will we'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you back in your living room again before you know it.
Yeah.
Good. We need to have some more fondue parties with our friends.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks.
All right,
Okay,
Jen, take
bye-bye.
care.
Okay. Bye.
So nice.
She's so nice.
Love them.
Yeah.
Who else you got?
Well, did you finish your...
Yeah, so Len, getting back to the supplements, definitely the aminos I take. As far as the andro stuff, it's all different types of andro-based, like they call it andro everything. Everything has an andro in front of it. And a lot of those products are basically... if you look at the chemicals that are in them, there's very few that are actually really have any high content of anything that's actually going to increase your testosterone levels and your natural levels. So, a lot of that stuff is really kind of hype. And as far as getting into the actual anabolics, no, not on this side. Everything I've done has been natural. But I can tell you that the supplements that I've been taking, which again I'll put some links on there for you, definitely make a huge difference, and it's really important that you get the right amount of protein in you too. So, especially if you're hitting the gym heavy.
All right, thank you, Skip Bedell. Cheryl, Godbout Bloom. What is a good durable paint for bathroom walls? I like a gloss finish.
A glossy finish.
Ooh, fancy.
Whoa.
She's so fancy.
Well, bathroom, wherever you're painting, be sure that you get a good primer on the wall because, especially in the bathroom, there's going to be all kinds of steam that, obviously gets in those walls. Anything like hairsprays and other chemicals and residues that'll be flying around the room. You want to make sure that what you're painting to is a nice, fresh, clean, primed surface. Because that's going to really make a big difference with how well that paint's going to stand up to the steam and all the other things that you got going on in there. I like Bear. I like Benjamin Moore, and I like Sherwin-Williams. Those are my three brands, I would tell you. Any one of them make a really good quality paint. Look at their premium lines. Whatever you're doing, anytime it comes to paint, get the most expensive one they have. There's a reason why. When they're making the paints, it's all about the chemical mixtures and all the pigments and all the chemicals that go into those paints. The more expensive ones, the reason why they're more expensive is not just because of the name on the can. It's because the formula is a better quality formula. And the color is usually richer. Usually you can get away with less coats. It bonds better to the wall. And everything about it is better. So spend the extra $15 or whatever it's going to be as opposed to their lower line stuff and get their upper line. And the other thing with a gloss paint, you got to make sure that your walls are in good shape. So before you do that prime, you might want to take a little bit of time and do some skim coating. Take a spackle knife and basically go over any imperfections on the wall, wipe it on with a spackle knife, and then take it right off, right down flat to the wall. And that'll fill in any little dents and divots and orange peel that you may have on the wall from the last paint, coat of paint or multiple coats of paint, and that'll smooth it out. After you let that dry, go back with a very fine sandpaper like a 200 and just give it like a light scuff. You can probably even use a sanding sponge, give it a light scuff to knock down any little high spots on it, and then you can go ahead and prime. The skim coat is going to make a big difference. That's important when you do use a high gloss paint because the high gloss is going to show every single imperfection or any little mark on the wall. The higher the gloss, the harder it is to make your walls look good. That's why you always see flat paint on walls in older houses because if they've had damage or any repairs or any new sheetrock put in or whatever, maybe the tape and spackle job wasn't so great, the flat paint will not emphasize that anywhere near as much as the gloss will. So it's all about the preparation.
Oh, thank you, Skip Bedell.
Okay.
Similarly, Ralph Gambale asked, what's your favorite brand of primer?
Again, getting back to the brands that I just mentioned, they all make a good quality primer. I also like Kills, makes a really good quality primer. I use that a lot, actually, before I do my paint jobs. On job sites, I use the latex. They also make an oil base. But the latex Kills is a really good primer. It just bites to everything. You can actually get away with one coat, and that will make a huge difference in the overall appearance of your paint job. So, and Kills is actually pretty reasonably priced. You can get it right at Depot. So you look at they come in two different cans. Look at the one with the blue bottom, the blue and white bottom.
Ray Farnham asked, and I think I have the answer to this, what's the best way to remove weeds from rock beds by hand is not working well? Now, I have suggested in the past, pull it out with your hands because, if you've got other things around it, you can't spray the weed killer because you have to be careful where you spray, and it's best accomplished by hand. But in a rock bed, I would highly suggest, and this is a tip from our landscaper down the block, go to the store where the landscapers get their supplies. Go to there's like a track. They usually have like tractor stores and landscape supply stores. They have the same brands of even things like Roundup or other things, but the professional strength.
They have a concentrated version.
Yeah, it's much stronger than the stuff that you can buy in the Home
dilute
Depot.
it with
He
water.
he poo-pooed all of the stuff that you can buy like at the Home Depot or Lowe's. He said that the stuff that they sell for the contract, and they don't even ask you, or you don't have to prove that you're a landscaper, or you don't have to be a contractor or whatever to purchase this stuff at those kinds of stores. Anybody could buy it. It's just that people don't usually shop there other than professionals. But that's the stuff that you get more bang for your buck, and it works. Like in a day, your shit will be dead.
There are some pesticides and insecticides and different types of other chemicals that they sell.
Well, those
some
things
of
that you have to be
stores,
trained in.
Yeah, well, I think they also require that you have some sort of certification to.
I'm talking
to
about like
actually apply
fertilizing or
but as far as like weed killer, you can the industrial strength that the concentrated Roundup, that stuff works amazing. You spray it on, and we put it like in one of those big pump spray bottles.
It does work well, actually. The concentrate, I bought like those 2-gallon sprayers.
And you mix some water in with it, right?
Yeah, they work really well.
Shake it up and put it into your pump sprayer.
Yeah, smack it up, flip it, and rub it down.
Oh no.
Yeah. I didn't get the name of who asked for this, but can you recommend a good wood floor refinisher?
Wood floor refinisher.
That's the question.
Are we talking about? I'm not quite sure what they mean by that. Are we talking about like a top coat, like a urethane or? I mean, there's
Are they redoing the whole floor?
A whole process to refinishing your floors. Sanding them down, sealing them, and then urethane, multiple coats of top coats.
Get back to us with
you
more.
You can go with an oil base or water base. I'm not really sure. They do make stuff like Restore and some other products that like are right in the bottle and like you mop it on. That kind of seals up your floor, and if you have any spots that are worn out and the urethane's been worn out, it kind of puts like a sealer and like a gloss finish on your floor again. I'm not really a huge fan of that stuff, but if you can give me a little more detail, I will be happy to go into further detail on my answer.
Okay.
So, private message me.
Okay. There is a question from Gerard Nicoletti. He just bought a Bradley smoker and picked up a nice pork shoulder to smoke. Any tips on how to prepare the shoulder before I start the low and slow process? What I could tell you is this, because before I bake anything or I cook anything, I research, because I don't know how to do shit, and I look for professionals.
You know how to do a couple things.
I do, because I learn from other people who've done it and do it right.
You actually know how to do a couple things, one in particular that I'm really looking forward to you doing when we get done with this podcast. Yeah.
Okay, that has nothing to do with this. So what I would recommend, what I've seen after doing a lot of research on it, is that you need to use a lot of rub. Now, it's not really any particular one because it's really what kind of flavor that you like. But in addition to using a lot of a rub on the outside, you should also inject it with something. But I would recommend, there's a website called Barbecue Bible, barbecuebible.com. That's a really good website. It's this guy, he's ass kicking. He's got some really good advice on how to do what you're gonna do, and I would follow what he says. All the things that I do, even all my recipes, my cookie recipes, everything that I do, I take pieces from here and there. Like I'll look at recipes and I'll change them up a little bit. I'll take away something I don't like. I'll add something, until it's the way I like it. But I'm really big on getting the information from reliable sources. That was also kind of a question that Michelle Mertz was asking me. Where do I get my information from? Research.
Well, I mean, that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
So that you research all day, as part of what your job, right? So also you're just one of those research kind of people. Look everything up.
Yeah, I don't like to waste my time on stuff that doesn't work right or doesn't taste good. I want to see all the reviews, and I take them on all. And a lot of people in reviews also not just compliment like a recipe, they'll also say how they changed it and what they did to make it better or why it didn't turn out good for them. And that's really good advice for when you're about to do something, food-wise or, even hair products or whatever.
Yeah, the reviews definitely work because especially on a lot of these blog sites and websites, and people will talk about their experience with a product or a service or whatever, and you can start to see a trend. If you look at reviews, you can see a lot of similarities between people's experiences, and then you can kind of really get the lowdown on what works and
you got to take the time to read all these things.
Yeah, see, I don't do any of that.
I do it for you.
Yeah, you do, and I don't. First of all, I don't have the time, and second of all, I don't really. I just don't have the patience to do that. That's not my thing. Like you like to do that. Like you could sit there and look at stuff like that all day. I tend to want to just get whatever it is that I want to do, and just start doing it and make my own mistakes and figure it out.
Well, there's something else I started researching today that I forgot to tell you about. When I went to the doctor yesterday to get my pellets inserted again, she also is one of those practitioners that does all kinds of aesthetic procedures, like injectables and laser and anything that could be done to you to make you more attractive. There is something that I had never fucking heard of, and I'm really excited about it. And it's been around for a long time, but it's recently been changed in a big way so that the older reviews of this can't really be used because the product that they use has since changed. It's called threads. They are used to lift things like, it's like a barbed thread, and they use a needle to put it in, and it pulls, like you can lift over here like by your cheeks, or lift up like the jowl area over here, or like the eye and all that. And they use needles to pull these threads that stay under your skin, and they dissolve within a couple of months, and they help your own skin produce more collagen so that it stays firmer up, like in the way that you're moving it, as opposed to using like injectables, like when people put Juvederm like in their upper cheeks to help lift your face up a little bit. You see like a lot of celebrities all of a sudden they've got like big round cheeks. Lindsay Lohan was doing that, Meg Ryan. That's to lift up the skin, This stuff, these are threads, and they are from Italy, and they are new in that they are now made out of this thing called...
Hey, we're making your face look good.
Polydioxanone, PDO threads. They are hypodermic needles preloaded with an absorbable PDO suture. Your skin fully absorbs it within 4 to 6 months and won't leave you with any scar tissue. And the results can last up to 2 years.
I was going to say 4 to 6 months is just enough time for you to come back and get another round.
Anyway,
yeah.
So
that's like the Botox. Like you love the way you look when you get it, and then the shit wears off in like a couple of months, and then you got to keep going back, right? So,
well,
I've heard so many people that have tried Botox. They're like, you got to keep going back to do that stuff once you start.
Yeah. Well, these particular thing, this is supposed to last longer. It's the same type of sutures that are used in surgery and like heart surgery.
Right.
So it's already been like it gets absorbed by the body. It doesn't get rejected. It's already been tested and.
How did we get on this? Was there a question on that?
Research. I was researching this today.
Research.
The reason this is very exciting for me. Look at these pictures on the back, the before and after. This is. Depending on where you get it done in your face, I think like the most expensive one is $1,500 as opposed to like a $10,000 facelift,
right.
Or even getting like repeated injectables in the nasolabial creases over here.
Right.
That's something that could last much longer, and cost-wise, it's a lot cheaper. And I'm super stoked.
Research. There you go.
I researched it.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my face done.
You're gonna get your face.
I'm gonna look like this. I'm pulling all the way
God.
back. I'm like
so
that.
much stretch your whole face back. Like get your head out the car window at like 200 miles an hour.
Yeah. So I also got more pellets yesterday. I don't know if anybody remembers me talking about my the pellets that Lynette Carolla had told me about that she gets inserted. They are testosterone. They're natural. They're bioidentical is what they're called. It's like when you supplement your testosterone or estrogen, but they're not synthetic. They're real, natural hormones.
Right. So as people get older, of course, their hormone levels start to get affected, and you naturally just start to produce less and less.
Right.
And for men and women,
and it has a lot of side effects.
A lot of side effects, as far as like your libido, as far as like your energy and your drive, and just
depression,
your whole overall personality.
Memory.
Yeah. So that's. I think with both of us been doing a little bit of research into those types of things to find out, just what goes on. There's also so many. It's kind of like with the supplements. There's a million things on the market that you can take for stuff like that, but there's very few that actually do what they say they're going to do, because those are the kind of things. It's like the fountain of youth type of stuff, where there's companies just like in every other industry that just look to capitalize on people. Wanting to look better.
Right.
And it's the type of thing like you can do and use it for like a couple months later, you got to come back and do it again. And you're going to keep doing that forever. So that's another thing for certain. You got to definitely do your research. And you've done a lot on those pellets.
Yes.
And it seems like, especially after hearing Lynette speak so highly of them.
Knowing people in person that are truly
that have really good results
it.
with stuff like that.
And
definitely makes a difference.
Dr. Drew told her about it. She started doing it. And then Olga was doing it. And so then I started it last year. I just recently changed practitioners that I'm going to have it done by, because the guy I was going to was a little too far away, and it was like a fucking 2-hour
Adam,
wait.
man. It's like Lynette just wants to like go at it like every night now. He's like, I'm tired.
So I just had...
Didn't we just do it?
Well, you're going to be like that.
I know.
So
I'm already like that.
Yeah, so I've been having that done, but I wasn't feeling the results that I wanted to feel, so I've been going to somebody else, and she likes to try to find like your sweet spot of where your level is best for you. So if I'm getting it done,
I know exactly where your sweet spot is.
And I'm saying, well, I'm not really feeling much of a difference or a change since the last time I had this done. And then so she just gave me some more because she's saying, well, then maybe your body requires more of this so
Right.
that you get the desired results. So I just got more yesterday. So I'm going to keep you posted on how that's working, because if it does everything that it's supposed to do, it really is miraculous.
Nice.
Yes. So
A lot of side effects linked to low hormone levels.
oh yeah, and
A
anybody
lot.
could just Google that shit right up. I mean, there's so many things that low testosterone in men and women will cause problems with, and a lot of it has to do with also aging and your the way that you look and the way that you feel
Right.
as you age. The testosterone increase by getting it put back into your body reverses a lot of these problems
Right,
that you're
because there are things
experiencing.
that happen in your body over time that, like, your body is kind of getting signals like, okay, it's, we're not reproducing anymore, and we're slowing down, and we're not as active as we used to be, and all of a sudden, like, things start, like, if you're not using it, it's like, okay, well, we don't need this anymore. And so it's a lot of stuff that really is linked to hormone levels. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Just like your whole overall health.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see the results that I should be.
Me
noticing.
too. I'm
Yeah.
excited also. As if like you needed to have like any more urges to.
Well, I mean, like I have just such a multitude of problems as I'm getting older. It's just it's adding up. It's very stressful. And finally, I would like to thank Skip for going into the pool this weekend with his iPhone in his shorts.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, that was, I was very conscious as I was getting my swim shorts on and coming down out of the bedroom, making my way down to the pool. I sat down at the edge of the pool where you were on the steps and kind of like put my legs in, my feet in, but still have my body out. And I'm like just kind of sitting there enjoying it, but it got real hot. And then at some point, I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm going to get all the way in the pool yet, but I'm just going to sit my butt like down on this step so half my body's in the water. Not really thinking like, well, I'm not going to go in the water altogether. So I guess in my mind, it just registered like empty your pockets. It didn't click to do that because I wasn't really jumping in the pool. But my phone was below that level of water. And yeah, at some point, I'm like, hey, I wonder where my phone is. And then, like, when you're going to shut the car door and you realize your keys are in it and you're closing the door anyway, and part of your brain says, stop closing the door because you're going to lock your keys in. But the other part is like, nah, it's cool. And you just keep closing it, right? Yeah. At that moment, I had that feeling like, oh, no.
So coincidentally, the night before he decided to dunk the phone in the pool, I had ordered him a new iPhone 6S because he was having trouble charging the phone because he's like a wild animal, and every phone he gets, it ends up not being able to charge because he moves around the wire while it's in the phone, and he gets dirt and crap up in the hole from putting it in his pocket, and so he just ruins his iPhone. So another one was already en route.
I'm doing stuff, man. I'm working. I'm dirty. I'm like, there's stuff.
You don't care for your $1,000 phone. Probably.
Listen, I can't. I'm not like, I'm not walking around in a suit and like keep it in my briefcase. It's like it goes along with me everywhere I go, and some of those places are not clean.
Yeah. Well.
Some of those places are pretty rough.
Well, with that in mind.
Do we have any more questions, or are we?
I think we're going to have to conclude it because.
Oh yeah, right. What time is it anyway? Oh yeah,
it's
we are
late,
like.
and I need to edit, and I need to load it, and I have to get up for work in the morning, and we're already recording late because of your exhaustion. So now I have to pay the price.
I am a working man, but you will be happy when you see the results.
Yeah.
So that's all I can say.
So I'm trying to get some more videos together right now also of the progress of the floor, and as soon as I get finished editing that, I'm going to put that up on our website as well, skipbedell.com. And
we also need to finish editing the Owens Corning video for the roof, the facade video for the ceiling tiles, the Juno video for the lighting.
And you still have to install the range hood from copperhoods.com.
Copperhoods.com hood video.
Oh my God. We
Holy
got the Da Vinci. Look at the Da Vinci.
Go
That's
to
the model.
copperhoods.com. Check out the Da Vinci.
It's unbelievable.
That's what's going on our wall.
That's what's
Actually,
going on.
cabinets are coming in 2 days.
Yeah.
It's been months and months and months making these cabinets. We're finally getting them on Friday. And I know what I'm doing this weekend. I'm building a kitchen. We're installing those cabinets. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I can't wait to film that. That's going to be great.
So, yeah.
A lot going on.
We're very busy.
A lot
We're
going on.
also trying to, we're working on this whole TV thing at the same
New
time.
TV show coming up. Fox and Friends appearance. Doing another one of my DIY segments next Thursday, the 18th, bright and early in New York City.
And they don't rebroadcast for the other coasts. So if you are in the Pacific time zone, you need to set up your DVR to record it early while you're still sleeping.
Yeah, which is kind of weird. So, like, I these always air live, so I usually do them between, like, I don't know, 6:30 and 8 o'clock or so,
So that's
right?
like 3 in the morning for people in
so
California.
so check out wherever it is that you're staying, living, and you want to see Fox and Friends. Check out what time it airs by you, because you're right, there isn't like a coast change in time. So if it's on at 6 o'clock in the morning here, it's on at 3 a.m. in California.
That's what I just said.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, who the hell is watching the news at 3 a.m.?
Michelle Mertz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle.
Love you, girl. All right. With that, thanks for coming back every time, 2 times a week. Love you guys.
Make sure, please, that if you can get a chance to take that Amazon link, and also if you happen to be on iTunes, please feel free to give us a favorable rating, 5 stars, and also write a little blurb if you feel so inclined. And if you also are feeling really, really excited about it, you can also click yes. It was helpful for all of the positive reviews that we've gotten so that they show at the top.
Good God, man. Tell a friend about Hammer and Nails Podcast, will you please? And we'll see you next time.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.